questionable editing of Lando and Max, the impact of different upbringings when it comes to being an F1 driver, and what did Hamilton really think about the W15 at the start of the 2024 F1 season. Here are all of the things I felt we learned from episodes 1 and 2 of Drive to Survive Season 7. Episode 1. Now perhaps it's just me being naive, but I didn't know that they take that big group photo at pre-season testing. I thought it was at a proper studio somewhere in the UK. Secondly, Hamilton did not like the livery. He felt like it was two liveries put together. And we later saw Hamilton talking to Sainz, and he'd asked Sainz whether he'd had any contact with Wolff. But Sainz said no, and he said that he thinks if Wolff wanted him, he would have already contacted him by then. And then Hamilton followed up by saying that he doesn't believe that they're going to win. They did talk about why Hamilton decided to sign the contract to move over to the Ferrari F1 team when he did, and the majority of those who spoke about it seemed quite confused. But Fred said it was quite strategic. They wanted to attack this season with that behind them. And then Toto Wolff seemed to allude to the idea that part of the reason why he didn't expect this change to happen is because he is friends with Fred. Furthermore, I really felt for Sainz because it was quite clear that he felt he had to do Australia even though he was in a lot of pain. And he said that was the most scared he had been to get into an F1 car. Moving on to the Christian Horner allegations. Horner was clearly not happy with Brown's reply when he was asked about the allegations. And Netflix made it seem like Horner had said off the back of this that you find out who your friends are. And he definitely called Zach a word that rhymes with stick. Also, it kind of seemed like not all of the team principals and the media immediately wrote off the text as being false. Also, based on his reaction to one of the interview questions, it does seem like Horner has an inkling of who leaked. Lastly, for episode 1, Will Buxton said that Jos Verstappen had made it abundantly clear that he wanted rid of Horner. And seeing as he was an F1 journalist, I do wonder whether he had some background information that we didn't see as fans. Moving on to episode 2, I felt like the editing where they were trying to show that Max is more ruthless than Lando was really unfair. As expected, they were showing that Lando is less aggressive, but they were using some of Lando's fun videos from, I believe it was Lockdown, and also him with puppies, but I know that was taken from an advert in relation to a charity. But they didn't show videos of Max with his cats or anything like that, and I'm sure there are hundreds of clips of that out there. Also, I think this episode is a prime example of why you shouldn't take everything you see on social media as pure truth. I saw tweets that made it seem like Russell was super excited to see Trump, and actually in reality, it didn't seem like that at all. I think it was more curiosity. Anyway, back to Norris and Verstappen. Norris said that one of his biggest weaknesses is that he cares too much about what other people think. Moreover, Norris said that he thinks the difference in upbringing between him and Max really impacts the way that they race, and that's why Max is more aggressive, whereas Norris was kind of small and bullied. Zak Brown made a point of saying that Toto, Hamilton, Alonso and Vettel all sent him nice messages when they won, and when they were at the Dutch Grand Prix, it did kind of seem like Horner was trying to reassure Jos Verstappen. Lastly, I want to end it on this quote from Verstappen, which I thought was really poignant. So far, I've only watched the first 2 episodes, and I'd say about 60% of it is things that we've already seen or we already kind of know happened, but it's been decent so far. It's nice to get a little refresher before the start of next season.